2022 is behind us and 2023 is already here. I've been in the video marketing space for 15 years now, and we've seen a lot of trends come and go. And looking back, it's really interesting to see which trends stick and which trends go. One thing is for sure, that the only thing constant is change. And in this video, I want to share with you several trends or predictions in the video marketing world that I believe are coming this year. One of the biggest things that I think is so important to focus on this year, more so than any other year, is your ability to play on both sides of the brain. If you know your brain, you have like the creative side and then you have the analytical side. And really when it comes to video marketing, you have to be able to play on both sides of those brains. You have to have that creative element to see what is something that's coming, how can I engage people, what can I say and show in a way that's unique and different that will invite and entice people to come and watch the video and take action on the video, right? There's a strong element of creativity and imagination that has to happen. That is so valuable that not a lot of people have. And so that's an important, unique skill set and mindset to have, is your ability to create and be flexible with the changing markets and changing tides. And on that same note and in that same breath, you gotta be analytical, right? Like just because you think you have this awesome video doesn't mean it's going to work, right? You need to be able to see what the data says. So if you launch this video and you run it, is it working? Is it not? Like what does the data say? How many of those views turn into clicks? How many of those clicks turn into leads? How many of those leads turn into sales? Like, are you able to justify your ad spend? Are you able to increase your conversion rates on your landing pages and increase your click-through rates on your ads? And it does require a different analytical mind to look at the data. What is the story behind the data? And then how does that in turn impact the creative again? So again, I think it starts with creative, or I mean, it feeds itself, right? The creative feeds the data, and the data then informs the creative. It's this whole circle of creation that you really need to be aware of. So again, I think that's critical, is your ability to play on both sides of the brain. The other trend I see happening is there's kind of two different video paths happening right now. There's short form videos. These are videos that are really quick, right? They're less than 60 seconds, maybe less than 30 seconds, but you see this huge rise in TikTok, in Instagram Reels. It's a kind of quick, strong bites of video content that I think is great for impressions and kind of maintaining top of the mind on a lot of people. But then there's this long form of content. These are videos that could be at least, I'd say 2 to 3 minutes. Some of these YouTube videos are longer. They're like 10 to 12 minutes, right? So I think you do need to have both these types of content, both short form and long form content, right? One thing that's valuable with the short form is like it's really quick turnarounds. People have short attention spans. It's great to kind of get one point across, but it's not great for building trust over a long period of time, right? Which the long form video is, you're able to really dive into conversations, into topics, and help people understand a lot of that content. And you got to have both. Like you got to have both the short form and the long form content. I think that those two pieces will be critical to seeing success in 2023. The third trend that I see, or that I think we should be adopting, is to optimize for people, not the algorithm. I think everyone freaks out whenever Google or any platform makes a change, whether it's Facebook, Google, or YouTube, especially what we saw in 2022, which was the whole iOS 14 update, right? You may have had Facebook ads that were crushing it, the algorithm changes, and the update happens, and now you can't track people very well anymore. You can't track how well it's working. And again, the only thing constant is change. Google is going to continue to change their algorithm, and so will Facebook. And these things are always changing, and when you're so focused on the changes, I think you miss out on what's important, which is the people, right? Humans, like what's that human behavior? What are people looking for? And if you think about it, the algorithm itself is optimizing for human behavior. So again, I think when we focus too much on the algorithm, I think we miss out on what the algorithm is optimizing for, which is, again, human behavior. And I think if you can bypass that, focus on what's going to add value to people, you'll be able to go straight to the point, right? You'll be in a better position to see success in your video marketing. Which brings me to my fourth point. Don't focus on trends. Focus on the things that don't change. In a world that's constantly changing, we always modify our businesses and our message into what's working now, and then it works for 3 or 4 months, and then something changes and it kind of throws everything off. I think it is important to be aware of these trend waves that come, because you can catch those waves and see some success. But at the same time, what is it that's not changing? Because that can provide you with a firm foundation to start building your business and your kind of marketing principles. And really, when it comes down to it, it's about adding value, right? Like whatever trends come, whether it's a certain strategy or ad trend or marketing trend, there's always underlying principles behind that as far as what's going to work. One thing that comes to my mind is when you had the pandemic that happened the last couple of years, and then you have, we're headed into a recession right now. There's all these different things that are happening. And I remember when the pandemic happened in our agency, we had multiple clients that we were advertising for. And our biggest client was in the event space. And he calls me up one day. He's like, hey, you know how the pandemic, nobody can travel and nobody's doing events anymore? Guess what? We're pretty much going out of business. So we need to pause our ads. We love you guys, but it's not working for us. We need to pause that. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, that's frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. For sure, we'll pause them. It's not working. I get it. We'll pause that. So that was like our biggest client. And I'm like, oh man, maybe this pandemic is going to take us out. But then an hour later, I had another phone call with a client, and she's like, oh my gosh, everyone's buying my stuff. She happened to be in the online market and the online, like creating courses, helping people create courses online. And she's like, these ads are working really well. I'm getting a lot of customers. These ads are crushing it. Let's double down on the ad spend. And so I'm like, great. She was in a place where she was able to add value during a time that was constantly changing. It was a little bit chaotic, but she was in a spot, in a niche that was able to excel and really provide value and hope to people during those challenging times. And it worked out well. And my takeaway from that is, again, there's trends that come and go. And when one trend can take out a business, it actually can help grow another business. And so just being aware of these trends, and remember, think through, like, if it's a chaotic time for you, all right, what is things that aren't changing that I can focus on, that I can build that foundation? And again, usually it comes down to adding value. What can you do to add value to people and businesses? And if you can focus on that and you can actually do that, you'll always be in business. So those are the 4 things that I think you should be aware of for this year of 2023. Remember, play on both sides of the brain, be creative and analytical, leverage short form and video content to help grow your business, optimize for people, not for the algorithm. And it sounds counterintuitive, but don't focus on the trends, focus on things that don't change. I hope this was valuable. I'm curious, what would you add to this list of things? Am I missing something? I don't know everything. If you have something to add to this list, I'd love to hear it. Please add it in the comments below, and make sure you watch our next video, which is a YouTube ads tutorial. It's how to correctly launch a YouTube ad campaign, and we're gonna break it down in under 10 minutes. Thanks for watching and have a great day.